So I just watched the final for the Amazing Digital Circus, and I genuinely don't understand how he can fumble an ending this badly. Now the thing is, if this wasn't the final, then this would have actually been a pretty solid episode. However, by the end of it, you literally leave with more questions than answers, not to mention that it makes every episode before it feel almost meaningless. Now as to how the story actually concludes, after Kinger accidentally deletes Kane, he finally remembers that the members of the Digital Circus are not actual people, but instead digital brain scans of individuals from the real world, meaning that there was never truly a way to escape the circus. This then causes Jax to snap at everyone as they will never escape this digital world. Now slowly, everyone starts coming together to restore the circus, and it's here where Jax attempts to approach Pomni, but decides to give up before he can bring himself to talk to her. This scene then cuts to an abstracted Jax running around the circus, causing the rest of the members to wonder what they could have done to help him. Pomni then lures the abstracted Jax into one of the corridors with their private rooms and decides to enter Jax's mind in an attempt to save him. It's here where we see his past memories and traumas from both inside and outside the circus. Eventually, Pomni manages to reach the real Jax, and with the help of the others, they are able to calm him down in his abstracted state before Kane somehow makes his return and is now a good guy. And at an attempt to regain everyone's trust, Kane decides to reveal everyone's real identities and what they're actually doing outside of the circus. The episode then ends with the cast finally accepting their lives within the circus and finally enjoying this digital world. Now, like I said, if this wasn't the final episode, then I would genuinely have a better opinion of it. Like, the way they dealt with Jax's backstory and his traumas was honestly one of my favorite parts, and I did enjoy seeing what everyone was doing outside of the circus. However, there was also so many unanswered questions that pretty much makes any past episode seem pointless. Like, we never get an answer as to how they even got their brain scanned in the first place. Also, what happens to their minds when they get abstracted? Do they just vanish, or is there a way to recover from an abstraction? How did Kane even come back after being permanently deleted? And what's going on outside of this program? What exactly was its purpose? Like, there's so many unanswered questions that were central to the plot, yet they just abandoned them for what is essentially a whole episode dedicated to Jax. Which, again, if it wasn't the final, then it would have genuinely been a pretty good episode. But because this is the end of the entire series, it instead ends up feeling pretty disappointing.